Hello, everyone. Welcome to People's Note. Today is Friday, May the 27th, 2022, and welcome to my channel. And I'd like to share with you some key things that I'm looking at this week, and like to get started right away. Before I get started, of course, just a quick reminder, there's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you what I'm looking at for my investments, specifically in the cryptocurrency space. And so please take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Let's share the computer screen with you so that we can see it all at the same time. So what I'm looking at right now, obviously, is that key things to know: which situation are we in right now? So basically, we have a very strong US dollar. Very strong US dollar is not good for any asset, especially cryptocurrencies or risk on assets such as the Nasdaq and so forth, because obviously what it does with the strong US dollar, which is the DXY, really when I look at, it kind of shows us that the US dollar is getting strength versus other currencies, i.e. if US dollar is getting strong, meaning that the entire asset space is getting weaker versus the dollar. How is this trading with as far as the Nasdaq? Obviously, the Nasdaq is still in this bearish trend, even though it looks like it's been having a better week this week, but still, I definitely get the sense this is a trap, because it's one of those things where we are in a strong US dollar environment. We are in a very strong 10-year Treasuries environment, and as interest rates go up, this is very catastrophic, really, for the Nasdaq and the growth companies and growth stocks. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Nasdaq goes down to the $10,600 mark, which is coinciding with this 200-week moving average. Now, let's bring this to Bitcoin. Now, why am I bringing this to Bitcoin? Because obviously Bitcoin is the big token that really defines the entire cryptocurrency space, pretty much. Right now, if you look at where Bitcoin's dominance is sitting at today, just to let us know what is the percentage of the total cryptocurrency space when it comes to Bitcoin, we see that right now it's at approximately 46%, when in January it was at around 38-39%. So obviously what's happening is that since the entire crypto space is taking a hit, really, I mean, look at what's happened to the entire cryptocurrency market cap. Is gone from something around 2.8, 2.9 trillion as early as November of last year. Now we're down to below the 1.1, below the 1.2 trillion, and there's a very high possibility that we'll be going lower based on what we saw with this head and shoulder movement. So basically, with this head and shoulder movement, we saw that potentially we may drop something in the range to take this from the top to the bottom of this head and bring it over here. We see that the total cryptocurrency space can go down potentially to well below the $1 trillion mark, something in the range of, to hover around plus or minus 800 or 900 trillion US dollars. So obviously, when that happens, Bitcoin's dominance will go up, because as the other cryptos are losing value, Bitcoin is going to be gaining more dominance in the market cap. And as I pay close attention to what's going on with Bitcoin's chart, so we see here, obviously, we're still below the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA, which are these two indicators right over here. Whenever Bitcoin is in that space of its charts, it means that it's in bear market territory. On top of it, if I look at the daily chart, we see that we are well below the 200-day moving average, which is going to be this red line here. So Bitcoin is definitely bear market territory, where the 200-day moving average on a daily chart would have been something around the range of $42,000, and now we are well below 30,000 US dollars. So that we're definitely in bear market territory. And how is Bitcoin going to be behaving? How low can it go? Well, if you look at what it's doing right now, the way that I'm seeing it is that the key mark for Bitcoin seems to be the next line that it's going to be probably hitting. Obviously, not financial advice. This is me reading the charts, but the next important support line that I'm seeing is something in the range of around 22,000 US dollars, which is this point here, which is coinciding to be with its 200-week moving average. Now, is that a absolute value? No, of course not. because Bitcoin can go down to here, it can go lower, it can go even straight up, who knows. But if I look at this, what it's doing right now, the fact that right now we are having so much resistance here, so much resistance, Bitcoin has spent so much time at around this 30,000 US dollar mark. It seems like right now the sellers that are trying to sell over here are seeing a lot of resistance from the buyers who are buying Bitcoin. So meaning that if it does break, it may break hard, and it may go definitely to this mark of around 20,000 US dollars. Now, that's why we're paying a lot of attention to this position here to see how it does. Obviously, if everything else was very bullish with the stock market, with the Nasdaq and so forth, things could have been different. But the fact that we're in a situation where we have strong US dollar, we have rising interest rates, or we have already strongly high interest rates, and also we have a stock market that seems to be in a sell-off really since January of this year. If we look at where the S&P has lost so much value since January, Nasdaq as well, having lost so much value really since November, January of last year, down significantly. I mean, from around something in a range of 16,000 points, right now hovering at the 12,000 point mark, and potentially to go down lower. We do notice that Bitcoin is definitely has a high probability of going lower and potentially hitting this sector of something in the range of around 22 US dollars. Now, what will this mean to the other key cryptocurrency that I also own, that I also track, that I also pay attention to? Is Ethereum. If I look at what Ethereum is doing, there's a chart that's comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin. We see that Ethereum versus Bitcoin has really been hovering in this corridor since April of last year. So since last April, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart has really been in this corridor, which is right over here. Now, if we go back to July of 2018, when Ethereum broke this, Ethereum to Bitcoin valuation broke this key space, then there was a tremendous downside for Ethereum versus Bitcoin, meaning that Ethereum lost a lot of value versus Bitcoin in that time period. So right now we seem to be at a similar space in Ethereum's pricing versus Bitcoin, and this point does seem to be a very important point, because we have hit that really twice, and both times have been catastrophic for Ethereum. If we look at what this happened, basically, this one happened, the first time was in October 2017, and the second time was in July of 2018. Now, if you look at what happened to Ethereum from this period on October 2017, and if I look at Ethereum's price chart, and if we go to October 2017, we observe that really Ethereum lost quite a bit of value, because from October 2017 until, let's find it, it's right over here, from October 2017 until here, in October 2017, Ethereum was at basically hovering in the range of something in the range of $360, and then eventually it did have a nice parabolic run. But then afterwards, from then on afterwards, it then collapsed. So basically it went from something in the range of 260 US dollars all the way up to 1,350. So that's a beautiful 400% return. And afterwards, it had a collapse all the way down to below $100, which was in December of 2018. So this was the October 2017 cycle. And if we look at what happened to Ethereum the next time around, when it hit the same ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin, breaking this key support line, it was on July 30th, 2018. So if I look at July 30th, 2018, what did Ethereum do back then? Again, it's in this period. So July 3rd, 2018, Ethereum was hovering at the range of something approximately at 480 US dollars. And once it broke that Ethereum to Bitcoin key support line, it went down from 480 all the way down to $40. So this one was a horrible drop for the Ethereum holders, because all of a sudden, basically, as far as a drop, it was a drop of 90% drop for the holders in the short time period. And now, if I come back to this key period right now, we are basically retesting this exact same support line. So that's why I'm paying a lot of attention to this, to see how this, how Ethereum and Bitcoin, and specifically this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart behaves. Because if it does break this key support line, the potential drop for Ethereum could be very, very catastrophic. Based on what I did the last 2 times, then he had this exact same ratio. So in summary, I'm paying attention to all these charts and making sure to stay really focused and grounded as these things do potentially drop more. And the key thing, of course, is not to panic and not to get too distracted, and to really believe in the space long term, because even though the short term seems very volatile, especially in this environment, the key thing is to believe in this for the long term. So obviously, not financial advice. Take everything with a grain of salt, and make sure that the amounts that you invested are not going to be catastrophic, God forbid, if everything goes down to zero. And just make sure that we are going to be able to trade for other days, regardless of what happens in the short or near future. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.